Hello everybody, I'm Shadow's Rain, and today we are going to be answering the question of the MP5s. Which one is better, which one should you be using, and is it worth ranking up the Cold War MP5? So if you do enjoy this video, make sure you hit that like button below and consider subscribing. We are after 250 subscribers for the end of the year. That would be amazing if we could hit that target. So let's move on with the rest of the video and talk about the MP5s. We're going to be covering a lot of the base stats, so the damage, the range, rate of fire, bullet velocity, and ammo, along with how the weapon feels and which one I prefer. All these questions will be answered in this video. So let's just get right on with it and talk about damage. So damage on the Cold War MP5 is at 32. Now, this is a fair damage number. It's 34 on the Modern Warfare MP5. Now, don't think that this is an automatic win for the Modern Warfare MP5, because if you put the Task Force barrel onto the MP5 from Cold War, you will get 34 damage as well. So if you're using the damage barrel, which I'm assuming most people will be doing, then you do have 34 damage matched. So on damage, it can be the exact same. The next, we're going to move on to range. So range on the Cold War MP5 is going to be 10 meters. Now again, if you use that Task Force barrel, it is going to go up to 15.24 meters. Now bear in mind, this is without a suppressor. All suppressors on Cold War, well, to my knowledge, from the ones that I've looked at, will decrease your range by about 25%, 15%, depending on the one that you choose. Now, the range on the Modern Warfare MP5 starts at 10 meters. However, you can knock that up to 12.5 with a monolithic suppressor. Now, remember, although that may sound better with the Cold War being at 15, that's not going to be how it goes, because you can have a suppressor and add range on the Cold War one, on the Modern Warfare one, whereas you can't do that on the Cold War one. So you're going to be looking at around 12 meters, maybe it's a little bit less on that gun. So next we're going to talk about rate of fire as well. The rate of fire on this weapon for the Cold War variant is at 857 rounds per minute, which is quite a lot for a submachine gun. It's quite a lot for an assault rifle, I should say. It's quite high for a submachine gun. It's not the highest yet you'll get, but it is still quite high. Rate of fire is 833 on the Modern Warfare one. So there is an advantage for the Cold War one right there. Now, don't think that because you've got a slightly higher rate of fire that it's going to be a much higher damage per second, because there's one other variable that we do need to bear in mind. Well, two if you include the range decrease that you're going to get, and that is bullet velocity. Now, the bullet velocity is actually really low on the MP5 Cold War. So on Cold War, it is going to start at 250 meters per second. That is pitiful. That is lower than a AS Val with the speed barrel on it, not necessarily the good one. So that is just something that you need to bear in mind as well. One thing I will say though is that it doesn't feel that slow. So I do think that they have tweaked a few of the settings for Cold War, so it feels a lot closer to about 400. Like I say, I've not done any science on that, but it doesn't feel like it's 250 milliseconds there. If you do put that Task Force barrel on there, that will knock up to 437 meters per second. And like I say, that is a much faster bullet velocity going on there. So yes, on the Modern Warfare MP5, it is 618 meters per second, which is quite high, quite fast. It's in line with the other SMGs in the game for Modern Warfare, so that is something that you're going to notice. But like I say, 250 meters per second, it doesn't feel that slow. I think it is a bit faster than that. Must have been used to balance in with the Cold War Modern Warfare classes, sorry. So that is just something for you to bear in mind. Now, another thing that I want you to know as well, that your maximum ammo capacity for the Cold War MP5 is going to be 50 rounds, whereas on the Modern Warfare one, it is 45 rounds. Now, you do have the option for the 30 round mag, which does slightly increase your range and damage, but we've already made a video about this in the past, just discussing which one is best, and we came to the conclusion that it is the 45 round mag. So that is just something for you to know. Now, with all this being said, what does that actually mean for what you should use? I'm sticking with the Modern Warfare MP5, and I will tell you why. So the damage is the exact same. The range is comparable, really. It's about the same, realistically. You're not going to be using this gun at 13 or 14 meters in that pocket where the Task Force MP5 Cold War has an advantage. So, you know what? You know the ranges you're going to be using these guns at, so the range is not massively important. The rate of fire is not a substantial difference either. That's 857 against 833. That's very, very, very negligible. You will not really notice that, to be honest. But the main thing is that bullet velocity. The bullet velocity, when you do use both weapons, it does feel as if the Modern Warfare one still punches faster, even though it has been buffed on the Cold War one. Definitely feels like it's easier to hit your shots with the MP5 Modern Warfare, so that's just something for you to bear in mind as well. It just feels better. It's got less recoil as well, the Modern Warfare one. With that recoil as well, it makes it a lot easier. I must be honest, though it's very similar stats, the Cold War one feels like a hit marker machine. I don't know why that is, but that's just how it feels. So, yeah, I stick with the MP5 one. And there's also one to bear in mind that you're going to be using this gun with a suppressor more than likely, and it is going to be decreasing your range, whereas the suppressor on the Modern Warfare MP5 is going to increase your range. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to be sticking with, and I will be using that. So, yeah, what do you guys think of the video? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Do you not? One thing I do want to mention as well is that the Modern Warfare MP5 does have better hipfire, so that's just something for you to bear in mind too. But yes, let me know in the comment section what you think, and I will speak to you in the next video. Peace!